How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Haut Beyleron. What we've done is we've breezed through January. We were going to breeze through February as well. We did a little bit of tidying up. We've left the seed drill there because we're obviously going to have to drill that field there in the coming months. Tidied everything up. We brought the truck back from the shop. We've moved the skid steer or the bobcat out of where it was parked because it was sat there in the snow. What we did also in January was tidy up the cows as far as getting them fully fed, fully watered, and the straw full up as well. It's not quite full, but it's full enough. As far as straw goes, everything else was topped right up. We also started up the greenhouse again, so we've got that distributing into the pallet warehouse. We also took the cotton harvester and we've parked that in the big shed, the unused shed, down at the BGA. For the sake of roleplay, we'll say that we spoke to the manager and he agreed to let us park it there. Now, like I said, I was just going to breeze straight through February because there's not much to do. We came up, we finished tidying up this field, so we've got all the lime and everything spread from where we extended the field. Still got to plan what we're going to put in there. Got to plan what we're putting in here. But the reason why we did not just breeze through February is I had a quick look in the sales. And if we come in, yeah, 42% off of a 30 cubic meter or 32 cubic meter spreader. Or slurry spreader for slurry and digestate. Granted, we have to get the boom for it, but that's fine. We could purchase one of them, or we could lease one to begin with. But at the end of the day, I can't really say no to that, can I? I reckon that looks pretty good. Does it have BKTs? Yes, it does. Does add an extra $2,000 because we're going to wides, but BKT tires. And you know I can't help myself. We're going to go with black rims. Do a random plate because it's a trailer. 111,000. Right, now we need to come in and find where they are. Oh, slurry tanks right there. And we need to figure out what one it is we just got. Pretty sure it's that guy. I don't think there was a modded version of that in here. No, there's not. So we want to go combinations. Alright, we can either go 6.2 meters, and with 32 cubic meters of capacity, that's not good enough. Or we can spend another 104,000 and go 30 meters wide. I reckon we're going to go with the Bomec, the Multi 4XL. Now, at $104,000. It's quite expensive, but we do have money in the bank. We've got 9,000 litres already of clothing, and that's only going to get more by the time we get around to April to sell that. So we're just going to go all out. And realistically, we want to put that on the back of one tractor. We want the power. The case will drag it, but what we want is those wheel weights. So we'll run up to the shop and go and retrieve the new toy, and we'll get some slurry spread. We'll spread 38, 39, see how much we use on that, and then we'll potentially look at running it up to 17 and 18. But yeah, I was definitely pleased, to say the least, when I saw this thing pop up in the sales. Would have been nice if the boom was there as well. But considering we saved, I think it was near on 80,000. What's going on there? It's just crab walking. Oh, that is not making it easy to steer. Yep. I wonder if we can turn that off. Application rate, cruise control. I don't know if we can turn that off. We'll get rid of that. There we go. Question is, how's this going to go in the field with that rear steer? I got a funny feeling it's going to take a little while to get used to that. But it also means we can now actually do something with our slurry. And I'm not too sure, like we have sold a bit to the BGA, I'm not too sure whether we can pull digestate out of there or not without owning the BGA itself. So that's something we'll have to look into. But we'll cruise around. The slurry's on this side of the cow barn. Oh wow, that's all-wheel steer. If we just quickly jump in and we have a look, yeah, I was positive I rolled that field, but it is what it is. We're missing little bits, but not too concerned. What we'll do is we'll just get the initial application done. It's going to be double application for most of it, or the second application for most of it, but we want to Wow, that is wide. What we could do is double application rate at the bottom. We're going to waste a little bit, but it's not going to be too bad. So, how do we turn on double application rate? Oh, and we've got to turn the tank on as well, of course. Just make sure we are definitely getting all the way to the edge there. And is that working? Certainly is. Okay, so with double application rate, it doesn't actually apply twice as much. It just halves your speed. Alright, so if we shut that down now, and we jump in here, yeah, that's done exactly what we needed it to do. Perfect. So this is not going to take very long at all. Question is, how much are we going to use? Alright, so now we can go back to single. Just double check that that has gone back to single. No, it hasn't. Okay, so we're still only doing 8k an hour. This is going to take a lot. But at the same time, look at that width. That is glorious. Okay, we're not even going to make it to this other end. But that's fine because we've got to actually do a double application rate down here as well. So we'll get that folded up. So yeah, what we want to do is double application rate along this end, and then we'll see how we go. Just quickly, I want to see what's slowing us down. That's got a 16k an hour work speed. So does that. So I think the fact that we started with a double application rate may be what slowed us down completely. But we'll get this done, guys. We'll see how much slurry we've got left by the end of it, and we'll determine whether or not we take it up to 17 and 18. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's going to get it done a lot better. Now, I figured it might have been the wear on the tractor and the slurry tanker. Turns out that there's double application rate on both the tank and on the boom itself. So that's where we've just lost a lot of our slurry. But lessons learned. We now know for next time. We'll have to look and see. Ooh, we've missed a chunk down there, haven't we? Didn't quite drop it down in time. Yeah, we'll have to see how much we've got left in the cow barn and see if we're going to have enough to do 17 and 18, considering how much we've just wasted on this field. I don't think we will have enough. But I am definitely glad that we've bought this thing. I was thinking about leasing one just because of the price of them. But the next thing is going to be a manure spreader. It's either that or we put all of our manure into the BGA and see if it will let us grab digestate out. That field's now good to go. Lovely. So we want to come to cows. No, it's not going to be in there. So we've only got 36,000 litres left. There's no way that's enough to do 17, 18. But the good thing is, the slurry is going to keep building up, especially as our cows reproduce. So we've got another 20 coming there, and another 10 coming there. Now, as for where this thing's going to live, that's the next question. For now, it can live right here. Whoa, no, that is not what we wanted to do. We want to get rid of everything. Everything can stay as one unit. No point taking that off of there. Okay, so that field is ready to plant. So what we could do is we could put sunflowers in that field, or oat, or no, that's about it. I want to do corn. So we've got another month to have the other field prepped, ready to go. Pretty much is, but we'd want to get another fertilizing state on there. Oh, no, the planter does fertilizing now. That's okay. So what we're going to do, let's jump out of there. How come we just lost money? Oh, that's right. Repair fees. Don't worry. Losing my mind. Now, obviously nothing else is... Oh, horse trailer. No, we don't need that. We don't need a potato sugar beet sorter. So what we're going to do is get ourselves out of winter into spring, and we can start looking... Snowing at the end of... Perfect. Yeah, we can start looking at getting these fields drilled and ready to go. So we've got a little bit of frost on the ground, not a great deal. How are we doing for products in here? 11,000 litres of clothes, and it's next month, I believe, that's the good month for those. 18,000 litres of furniture. Let's have a look at our prices. Furniture's not until July. Canola oil. We're going to be pretty low there. 5.7. Current price 5.5. That's actually not too bad. We'll have to see how much we have in that storage. This is the one we're concerned about, clothes. So we're in March. We want to get into the next month for that. And it is getting up there, so that's good. Bread and cake, both those prices are going to be down. 4, 7, 11 actually. That's not a bad price. So how much do we have of canola oil? We want to be over here. Canola oil, we've got 13,000 litres. Wow, we're going to be making quite a bit of money here sometime soon. Cake, 3,000. That can... oh, that's still $30,000. Ooh. Do we hold off? Do we sell our canola oil and our cake? So that's going to plummet next month. And we should actually still have quite a lot of canola oil to come in. Where are we? Canola oil. Yep. Okay. So we'll get this guy underway. Oh, he does have weights on the back of that. I thought it was just the jewels. Now, that's right. We wanted to determine what we were putting in here exactly. If we put the oats in here, we could put the corn up in the top one. So we've already got barley in. Barley's gonna be ready to harvest in a couple of months. Yep, so we'll put the oat in down here. Just to keep that grain mill running. And we're gonna do corn up in 17, 18. Okay, make sure we're on oats. For some reason I was sitting on barley still. So what we'll do is we'll get a headland pass done, then we'll pass it off to the worker. We'll get the truck loaded up with our canola oil. We'll throw the cake on there as well. Get that up, get it sold. And we want to get some seed. No, there's seed bag already up there. We want to get some fertilizer up to field 17 and 18. But we'll get the Fent up there and we'll get that all attached. And we'll make sure that we do need to take some up. If we do need to take some up, it's easy. We can just load it onto the back of the truck with the Zeta. But anyway, we'll get this done and we'll see you guys up at the farm shop. Okay, time to see just how much this brings in. Somewhere around the $100,000 mark, I'm guessing. Which is crazy silly, but $102,731, that is not bad at all. Especially considering we've potentially still got another 1, maybe 2 pallets of clothing to get out before we sell that off. So that'll either be 12 or 13. So you're looking at $360,000 to $390,000 just for those clothing pallets. Then we've got all the furniture to sell off in another couple of months after that. But all comes down to what ends up in the sales as to what we look at purchasing next. Fingers crossed it's a big harvester. But I'm still not liking my chances because we've been saying that for a while and one just hasn't popped up. But if we have to rent again, we have to rent again. It just is what it is. Okay, so the Fent is up at the other farm, or up at the production facilities. So field 17 and 18, we'll skip into it once we park this guy back in his little spot. That little driveway has now become the truck and trailer parking. So we'll leave him there. He's getting along quite nicely. That'll all need to be rolled. So we can get that done with the Zeta in a minute. Don't need those beacons on. What we want to do is see how much we need up here in the way of fertilizer and seeds. I've got a funny feeling we don't need seeds because I think I manually put that stuff in there. Can't pick that up with a weight on. So weight can live there for now. Yep. We need at least another bag of fertilizer up here. But like I said, we should be full of seed. Gonna go to corn, so that can sit there and wait now. We can get the fertilizer up to that in the next episode once we get to a point where we can actually plant that corn. So there's nothing down there for us to do. This guy's moving along nicely. So what we'll do, we'll jump into the Zeta, hook up the rollers, we'll get moving along with this. Once this field's done, we can jump out of March into April, and then we'll have some pallets of clothes to sell and a field to plant with corn. Now, I know I said I was going to do sunflowers up in that top field, but at the end of the day, we've got plenty of oil going already. What we need is to start concentrating on that cereal factory. this should be the last run that we're coming on to now. What we're going to do is we're going to let that worker continue on off screen as far as getting the rolling done. Once he's completed that, we'll tidy up the edges that he's obviously leaving, and we'll continue on in the next episode, which will be in April. But anyway guys, thank you very much for joining in. Hope you like the new purchase, the new slurry spreader. It's a monster. Unfortunately, it did take us a little bit of time to figure out what was going on and why we were using so much slurry and going so slow. But we've got that sorted now. We'll remember that for next time. Speaking of next time, guys, we'll see you soon.